Hello, this is Beau Davis. Thanks for joining again for my second session. We're going to tackle some of the most frequently asked questions in the financial planning process. I'm one of the founders here at Compass Wealth Management. One of the questions, just a typical question we get is how much can I afford to invest? I think one of the things we've learned, I think people have learned in general from this pandemic, this coronavirus, is you need to have a safety net. We strictly recommend that you have about 6 months of liquidity held in a safe account, fully liquid, money market type funds. Once you get to that point, then it's a matter of starting to develop an investment plan around what your long-term goals are. But the most important piece is making sure you have that liquidity first and foremost. Another question, I guess, how much can I contribute to my 401k? Well, that's, to me, you try to max it out. The maximum amount is $19,500 for 2020. If you're over 50, I'm 50, you can add an additional $6,500 as a catch-up provision. At a bare minimum, you need to contribute up to a point that at least gets you the company match. So if the company match is 4%, you have to at least contribute 4%. But keep in mind, that's not going to be enough from a long-term perspective to meet your long-term retirement goals. The third question that I tend to get, and I think is probably one of the most important, is how much should I save for retirement? Well, as much as you can. Kind of the general financial planner would tell you to save 15% of your income, that you really want to put that away. But it's a little bit deeper than that. You really got to dig down and figure out from a planning standpoint, what is your long-term goal? How much money do you really need at the end of your time frame, when you reach that date, whatever that is, 15, 20 years in advance, and then back into how much money do I really need to be saving to meet those goals. That's really the most important part in that planning process. And then the last thing is, once you've gotten to the point where I need $2 million, at age 60 or $3 million, whatever the number is, how do I invest these funds? Well, as we've learned through this pandemic, you had a stock market that dropped 34%, the fastest drop from all-time highs ever, and we've also had the fastest rebound we've ever seen. But it really comes down to how much risk are you willing to take to meet your long-term goals? Meaning, how much should I have allocated to equities and other types of investments that give us a long-term higher return goal, but also take on more risk, versus how much should I have in things that are more like fixed income that tend to be much safer? Again, I want to thank you for taking the time to review this short video. Look forward to the next video segment that we'll do.